Good morning. It's harvest time in Montana for fruits, just starting for some, finishing for others. Some apples, like the transparents, have basically finished by now. Our neighbors grow transparents. Those are a type of apple. It's, I think it's been around quite a long time, but our Macintosh aren't done yet. It'll be a little bit, but they're getting close. I'll show you what's going on. And then here I have some, I'm having good success with these eggplants. Even though they're two sharing the same pot, they're doing just fine, and I like the size. They taste good. I've already had a few, and we had one that was Siamese twin. It was really cool. I might share the photo at the very end before we ate it. And here I've got at least, I've already eaten 2 bell peppers as green, and then I've got these 3 on this plant. I've got 2 on here. I'm going to let those ripen more. And in there in the greenhouse, the tomato doesn't do as well. I don't think it really likes it in there. That greenhouse I've got to do some work on anyway. But I did get a nice apple off of here. I mean, apple, tomato, and then this tomato is going to be ready soon, hopefully. Keep talking about apples because that's the season. Also, the hollyhocks are so tall now, very tall, and they're just looking great. We'll be picking those seeds and putting them in other parts of the yard, but not too many because I don't want it to take over. And then in here, we're starting to get eggplants. The tomatoes, I've picked quite a lot already. This particular variety, I think it's called Castelluto, they do really well, but they also, because it's an heirloom, sometimes the 2 blossoms fuse, and so you get this strange, I don't know, monster tomato formation. So here's another really pretty hollyhock, and then this one is a slightly different color, I think. Yeah, they're slightly different. Very pretty. And that one's pretty tall. I'm gonna have more seeds than I know what to do with. Then let's see over here. I've also got the zucchini, and you'd think that with how crammed everything is in here that nothing would grow, but there's a really good sized zucchini right there that I'll pick later today. This one right here. And then I've got another one shooting off the side here. Let's see. Yeah, there are a few others starting, and then I already picked quite a few to eat. So, and I got at least 2 good sized ones already. And nothing's changed here much, as you can see. It's very sad looking. So that's the difference between putting in good soil and adding new, refreshing the soil and not. And I think I figured out the reason I didn't do it was I forgot that I'd put this guy in here. I really need to move it. It's a geranium. What a silly reason to not till. Oh well, but I like to save my plants. This guy got some fresh soil this year, so I'm still waiting for these guys, these cosmos to bloom. It's huge. And I didn't trim it back, and I don't know if, I think you're supposed to trim them, but I never have before, and I always get flowers, so we'll just see. The plum tree's okay. This is still a work in progress, but I did take quite a lot out. It used to go all the way out here, so I did put in 2 new things. Liatris, it's a white one. It should get pretty tall. And then this is the Palmer's penstemon. I was able to pick it up at a nursery. It's a native, and it's a very, oh, look, we have a visitor. 2 visitors. Don't scare the bumblebee. Oh, there he goes. That was sweet. And when I got it at the nursery, I was excited because we already had this spike on the plant, and so I'm going to get a ton of seeds off there. And as you can see, they can grow really tall. We have one at our farmer's market. They built an area, landscaped it with native plants, and so I'm now inspired to take this area and just make it kind of like a meadowy native plant space. Hopefully that'll work. So, as for other things, it's just, this is kind of starting to feel like fall, really. Maybe not in other areas, but the colors start changing. Plants look like they're not doing as well anymore. They're turning color, yeah. But then there are other things like this tomato plant that I just stuck in here. It's got some leftover manure from the chickens. It was their bedding actually from last year. And it's amazing the growth on this tomato plant. It's just doing great. Then next to it I've got the elderberry that I planted. I don't know if that was almost a month ago or something like that, or a month ago. So it's doing well. This other elderberry is doing well. Got the cat following me everywhere. And then the third one that I got never made it. That's fine. I really only need 2. So this is this golden sun that we get early in the morning, this time of year, on the shoulder seasons in general. It's so pretty. And in here you can see the honeysuckle, and it's doing really well. And then I think in underneath I actually need to take this out. Sorry, I got cut off about that, but yeah, I've got to take this out. You can see it's like it is part of the large cottonwood behind us, and there's a lot of cottonwood that grows throughout the yard. Oh, and unfortunately we have a lot of this too, and there's no point in trying to dig all of it out. I think this is the bane of every gardener's existence, but somehow we'll get through it. Yep. So the red currant bush is done. I guess there are a couple of red currants still on there that the birds never found, or maybe they're waiting to pick them later. And then we have if you ever move to a place like this, you'll have no problem growing lilac. It's crazy. And I will be trimming the dogwood back. This is the red twig dogwood, and it grows really tall, but I think it was kind of an accident that I put this here. I shouldn't have done it. But I thought it'd be really neat looking. And actually it does provide some shade for the ground behind for the nice Macintosh. And you can kind of tell that we're getting some pretty good amount of apples. We have some worms that go into the apples because, of course, I don't spray, so that's what you get. But that's okay with me. I'll just eat around them. So, yep, the morning glow is almost over, but I just love this time of day and time of year. And hey guys, I've got a couple of these red currants for you. Yep, got it. Yum yum. Okay. So this tree is bowed over, whatever, a bit much because of the weight of all the fruit. I really should pick these and make, I guess I could make apple juice. I have a juicer steamer, I think is what they call it. So, because it is pretty loaded, and it's probably easier on the tree if I did that. I can't really take that branch off because it's an integral part. That would be not a good idea. And the Nanking cherry is pretty much done. There are a couple of cherries here and there you can see, and then these are really a favorite of the chickens. And the really cool thing is everybody thinks that you can't feed, or not everybody, but a lot of people think you can't feed chickens cherries because they'll eat the pits and the pits are bad. But if you watch how they eat them, it's not what you think. Okay. In this case, she did eat the whole thing because she knows that if she doesn't, it'll drop to the ground. But usually when I watch them and observe them, they'll eat one. Let me try this again. They'll eat one, and while they eat it, they pick around it. So that she's eating the flesh and then leaves the seed behind. Yep. You did a great job there, sweetie. That's my 8-year-old. Yeah. I've got 2 8-year-olds. These two right here. Yeah. Hi, Cersei. I've been worried about Cersei's eye, but she seems to be doing better. And then you silly. Yeah. She's 5. Yeah. Yeah, you're a crazy lady. But they're all pretty happy. And then one of our youngest here is a Cucumberan, and she, let's see, they are 2 years old, I think. Yeah, it's been something like that. Yep, and you're one of the younger ones too. Yeah. All right. Well, and you're over there molting in the middle of the summer, finishing up her molt, so she gets kind of outcast by the others, but she'll be back on full swing soon. Anyway, yep, so that's the garden. I think we're done. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic rest of the season. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the day.